Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again for another NHL 18 related video. Although we're not going to have any NHL 18 gameplay in the background of today's video. Going to be running some NHL 17 Hockey Ultimate Team. But before we dive into the topic that I want to discuss today, going from the NHL 18 beta back to NHL 17 is like a whole new world, man. A whole new world. I can't tell you guys, I only played one game, but my muscle memory was just holding in the right stick, trying to do the defensive skill stick, moving the right stick around a lot in order to do the dekes that I wanted to do, and they're not even working. It's just crazy how much your muscle memory is hemmed in on all the new things you learned in about 2 weeks, and then going back to the old game, and then just keeping it simple once again in order to win the game and become successful. Speaking of success, that's the topic that I wanted to bring to you guys today. Although I'm not going to be playing NHL 17 all too much anymore because of the difference in the gameplay, other than the fact that if I have to play to get a couple of footage clips to play in the background of these like discussion videos, which I'm having a very enjoyable time making them. Success is what I wanted to harp in on today, and most specifically your success and your skill in the NHL franchise. First question I want to pose to you guys today is, how did you end up in NHL 17 on the leaderboards? Whether it be Hockey Ultimate Team, whether you're a shootout person, whether you're an EASHL player or an online versus player, whatever your expertise is in NHL franchise, how did you end up on the leaderboards this year? Did you get a lot better than you did from 16 into 17? Or did you get worse from 16 to 17? Or have you been going up and down the ladder for as many NHL games as you can remember? As far as I can remember, what was my first NHL game? I think NHL 11 is when I started actually picking up the thing. I didn't record any of the stuff until NHL 13, but I played NHL 11 and NHL 12 in order to get myself familiarized. That's the word, sure. Familiarized with the controls and the style of the NHL game. And ever since then, I definitely can see a very good increase of my skill level in this game. Granted, from NHL 14 to NHL 15, it took a little bit of a slight downward trend, but going from 15 to 16, 16 to 17, and hopefully from 17 to 18, I'm going to continue to rise up the skill ladder and hopefully improve my record. So, as most of you guys know, I am mainly a Hockey Ultimate Team player. Going to be hopefully bringing some more EASHL this coming year, but for LG, I am an EASHL player for the LG squad. Here's my record that I ended up in Hockey Ultimate Team with. Before I recorded the game that you guys are seeing in the background, I ended off hot this year in Division 1, no surprise there, a record of 576, 56, and 22, with 7 playoffs won and 121 total titles won this year. That is my best Hockey Ultimate Team record that I have had in any NHL game to date. I don't know what it was about NHL 17, but there was something with my skill in this game and the fact that I enjoyed using a lot of the cards that I had. There was just something about NHL 17 that was really, really good to me this year. NHL 16, I played a lot and had a very good record once again. But still, I improved upon it leagues and beyond this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had more wins. Actually, no, maybe I played more games in NHL 16 or 15, because I know one of the years I had like 700 wins, but I had like 200 losses. This year, I had 500 wins, and I'm still only in the double digits for regulation losses. And even if you combine the overtime losses, I'm still in double digits at 78. Yeah, 78 total losses. So still, I really think my skill is really increasing. But the question is, do I think my record and my skill will actually continue to increase from NHL 17 to NHL 18? Now, I put that question to you guys as well, is because throughout these NHL games, do you guys feel that you're getting better at the game, or are you seeing that you're getting slightly worse in the game. It could be that the opponents that you're going up against, or the new people that are picking up the game, or the people that you've played year in and year out, they're getting better at the game, and yet you're kind of falling behind all these greater players. And you know, it could just be the adjustment factor that these top-end players, in air quotes, the top-end players, are using the top player moves in order to, you know, win the games the best. And Hockey Ultimate Team is definitely a good example of this, because as I said before in the most recent video where I talked about the new deeks not really being used as much as they were in the beta, because one, they weren't really seeing a need to, there was no really advantage to using them all too much and just playing smart, simple, and safe hockey. That could once again lead to why I think I might take a little bit of a dip going from NHL 17 to NHL 18. Then again, if I continue to do the safe hockey stuff, you know, work the cycle, shots from the point, the top end moves that always go in, the short side snipes, the pullback wristers, all that kind of stuff. As much as I hate to do them, you know, you want to win those games because Hockey Ultimate Team has those good rewards and you want to get the best players. You know, sometimes you have to do those things in order to keep up with the best players, and that's why many people don't really enjoy Division 1 and Division 2 like we have seen in the past. Not many people like to stay in those divisions because people just do the try-hard things in order to win. And you know what? I partially do agree with them because, well, one, because I'm one of those people. As much as you guys hate those type of players, I mean, I can't deny the fact that, yeah, when the best players, or when you're going up against a really tough opponent in Division 1 or the higher up divisions, you will see those things being enacted. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do in order to win the game. But once again, I try not to do all the crazy cheese moves. You know, I just try to pass the puck around, have fun as best as I can while playing hockey. But there will be those try-hard games where you really just have to go out there and kick the living hell out of your opponent to make sure that you get that W. But once again, I'm going to be referring back to that NHL 18 video I made about the new deeks, and the fact that they're not going to be used as much, and hopefully people do eventually learn all those new deeks, as I mentioned before in the video, where as we get more adjusted to those deeks, as people learn the controls in and out, they'll learn the really good deeks to use in order to get by those computers, and that will be able to increase the skill factor and hopefully the interesting skill factor of players in all game modes, especially in Hockey Ultimate Team. I feel as if, though, you'll really see the top-end players in Hockey Ultimate Team next year really using those deeks to their advantage, or they won't use them at all. There's going to be two types of players, I think, personally, in Hockey Ultimate Team next year who will be in the top echelon of the leaderboards. There will be the people that don't use those deeks at all, or there will be the people that use those deeks all the time. The really skilled players and the really fun players to play against will be the ones that are going for those highlight reel goals, using those deeks all the time, and the people that you'll get annoyed against will be the guys not using the deeks all too much. I kind of mix it in a little bit here, a little bit there. There's some games where I don't really deke at all. I keep it simple, and there's other games where I'll just be like, hey, this guy's, you know, jumping up a lot, so I'm gonna start making some moves and make him look silly out there on the ice. But once again, do you think your skill level has increased at all from playing the NHL series, from when you have started to where you are now? Or do you think you've just been on a flat line throughout the entirety of playing the game? As I mentioned before, I think I've gone up very well, taking a slight dip from 14 to 15 and then going right back up all the way to 17. This definitely was my best overall year skill-wise in the NHL series, and many people will also say that, well, Joe, the reason that you did really well this year is because of all the really good cards you had access to. And you know what, that's part of it as well. I appreciate the work and I appreciate the things that EA gives to me in this game. I really do. I mean, they give me They give me the points to open up packs for you guys so I can make entertaining videos. And you know what? Sometimes I keep those players. Sometimes I sell them on the market. Sometimes I give them away to you guys. I didn't really do many giveaways this year, as much as I would like. But still, I use the players that I want to have fun with in the game. And, you know, the things that EA gives to me are allowing me to both enjoy the game and let you guys enjoy my content at the same time. If I'm not enjoying the game and I'm not enjoying making the pack openings and I'm not enjoying the players that I'm using or getting all these coins and access to, then, you know, I wouldn't be a really good skilled player in my opinion. So now that you guys had your experience with the NHL 18 beta, I definitely suggest you guys to go back into NHL 17 if you haven't already and play one game. Just play one game of NHL 17, make it your last, maybe make it your first of a long stretch of hours of playing the game, grinding it out once again. But I suggest if you haven't already, go back into NHL 17 and play one game. One game. Any game mode you want. It can be online versus play, whatever you're accustomed to. It could be a shootout, it could be Hockey Ultimate Team, ESHL, whatever. Play one game and then leave it there, and that would pretty much be your go-away game in the NHL series. And that game should that you should try to do everything that you've done in NHL 17 this year, skill-wise, in order to win whatever you're playing at the current moment. And do you think that by using all the skills that you have in NHL 17 or all the skills that you've learned up to a certain point, do you think those skills will carry over to NHL 18? Do you think you will be a better player next year than you were this year? Or do you think you'll be a worse player? Do you think you'll be the same type of player? Or do you think that it all depends on the opponent you play? Once again, you could be a scrub hunter. You could go always just back out of the games and try to play the guys who aren't very good at the game in order to make your record look really good. But you know how you play, and you know what people you can beat in the game and what people you can't beat in the game. Do you think that the skills that you've learned up to this point will help you to continue to be a better player? And you really just want to challenge those top-end guys more often in order to increase your skill? One thing I could personally say, guys, is I played some of the best players in this game, especially top 100 guys, a bunch. I've played YouTubers who are much better than me. I've played streamers who are much better than me. One of the greatest things that you guys can learn in this game is to get your ass kicked sometimes by a person who's better than you. Especially if you record it like I do, or you have access to playback of the footage. Just look at what you did, look at what the other player did, and learn from it. That's the greatest advice I can give to you guys, is learn from your mistakes and, you know, adapt. Adaptability in NHL is, I think, one of the greatest skills you can have when you're playing online games, and in order to help you increase your skill in this game, you have to learn to adapt to what your opponent's doing and, you know, figuring out ways to counter. If they're doing the same thing all the time and they're beating you every single time, you have to learn to adapt to that, and then they're going to try something different, so you have to counter that once again. It's always a back and forth sword fight of people adapting to each other's play, and if you're very good at adapting to the situations on the ice, I think that is one of the main reasons why you are a very skilled player the way you are, and I feel like that's one of my main strengths, is the ability to adapt to the way people are playing in the games, and I feel that's why my record this year was able to show for that. Almost, I don't even know what the ratio of wins to losses is. I have my phone charging over there. If I could put it in a fraction, I would let you guys know. But yeah, I think personally I'm going to take a little bit of a dip. I don't think I'm going to have that good of a record this year because, once again, I lose my 45-degree cuts. Can't do them on the sticks anymore. And, you know, that was one of my main reasons that I was able to create so much space on the ice. Those 45-degree cuts were so much fun to do, so much creating room out there on the ice. The ability to just zip in a diagonal away from a defender or something like that and being able to protect the puck was so nice. It's going to be so much more different to hold the left bumper and, you know, barely use it, more than likely. I doubt I'll be using that move all too much. It was my favorite move to use to use this year, and I don't think I'll be using it all too much. But that was just my discussion video for today, guys, is do you think you will be a better player in NHL 18 from NHL 17, or do you think you'll be a worse player, or do you think you'll stay relatively the same? And name the reason why. Do you feel that you are increasing your skill in NHL from year to year, or do you feel you're, once again, staying relatively the same, or have you gone up and down certain games? And let me know those reasons why you feel that your skill is fluctuating the way it is, and do you think you could ever get back to what your best overall skill rating was in NHL game? You guys can leave that in the comment section down below. What was your best rating in whatever NHL game? What NHL game did you have your best and highest rating, and why did you feel that you were so successful that year? You guys know my reason. NHL 17 was definitely my best year, and I can account for, one, I had access to a lot of good cards this year, and my adaptability. I feel that my adaptability and my familiarity, god damn that word, with the controls this year, and the fact that they were very, very simplified as opposed to past years, I feel that that was a very good advantage to me. Now going into NHL 18, where once again the controls are going to be a lot more complicated in a sense, but you still will have the same general idea of how the gameplay works, and hopefully I'll be able to put up an identical record. I doubt it, because I feel that a lot of other people will also continue to get better at the game, but yeah, that's my view on it. I would love to hear what you guys think as well. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like on the video. Want to try to get at least 100 likes per video. That's going to be my goal going forward now. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you stayed this long, hit the thumbs up on that video. I would love it if we can hit 100 likes or every single video from here on out. I'm going to try to make that a goal. I'm going to say that at the end of every single video, because I don't really beg for likes all that much or have like goals or anything like that. I just want you guys to, you know, put it out there, but it's going to be my goal to try to get 100 likes per video that I put out from here on out. So, once again, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time for some more NHL 18 kind of discussion videos. Having fun with them. See you guys next time. Peace.